What's going on, guys? Joe with OMGRC here. So today we have the Hunter BL short course truck from DHK Hobbies. Now I already premiered this one already, but you'll notice, like, well, you see the motor, the electronic speed controller. You're like, are you putting that in, or did you take it out? Well, I took it out. You probably want to know what's in there now, right? Well, it's got a lot more power than what it had from the get-go. So let's go ahead and I'll show you what I've done so far. Alright, keep in mind, these are kind of temporary builds that I do, and then I go ahead and take the motor back out or what have you. So if you're like, oh man, that's not clean or whatever, it's not something that I keep in the cars for very long. I want to see how this thing, what it's going to do. It's going to break it or what have you. So here's the old original. This is like a 540 cam that's right here, very small little motor here, but a 3970 kV motor. And then a 50 amp electronic speed controller that comes with it, which is capable of, I think it's only a 2S. So I was like, that needs to be a little bit quicker. And when I ran it in the sand was, again, a bad idea. So this thing's already had a bad life. So I figure, why not just make it worse for it by putting a 6S in there. So this has a Leopard in here. So it's a 2000 kV motor. It's got a 22 pinion gear tooth on here. That's about the max I can go on here. As far as modifications you ask, I'm sure. This is a slight modification to the actual housing here where you slide it. I just had to grind a little bit so I could get this motor flush in there, but that's going to be it. I want to actually, on the bottom of it here, want to make it so it can slide away from the motor just a little bit more, so I could put a little bit bigger pinion gear in here. But for now, it's in there. The 22 tooth, that pinion gear that's in there is a little bit, we'll say it's on the tight side as far as it being in there. So, but you know, it's kind of like, it's kind of like the last thing you kind of think of, and you're like, well, I'm gonna go ahead and try that. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and run this thing. And I'm like, what the heck? The Leopard's just been sitting here. It's got a few battle wounds because of the fact that from the shredder. And this thing hasn't really had much of a life as far as running it. So I figured, well, let me go ahead and put it to use and stick it in here. It's not very fast on 3S, and I ran it on 3S, and maybe it was doing like 20 something miles an hour. It's pretty slow because, well, it's 3S, and this is like only like its bare minimum power that it can take. So I'll probably run it on, I might run it on a 6S on this first run, or a 4S. That's to be determined when I run the video. Let's give it a try, right? So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and run it, see if she survives. I got it, it's good. Whoa! That flipped over. I gave it a little too much juice there. Cooey. Alright, so took a little nasty spill there. It tumbled over once, and then it went ahead and I tried to smash the, well, only about half throttle. And then once I squeezed it about 75% roughly, and then backed off, well, it was a little too late because it got airborne at that point in time. This thing is quick for sure. I mean, obviously it's 6S, all that good fun stuff. As far as the body top on it, you know, it got banged up a little bit there, but no holes or anything like that. So yeah, that's that on that part. It survived. As far as the inside goes, it's pretty nasty in here. When I went into the leaves and then I ran through the leaves, I was like, I'm gonna do some jumping here, and then it turned out that was not a good spot. There's too many trees that were around there, so I was like, scratch that, just gonna keep it on the road for the rest of the time. But you could see those tires ballooning too. It got chewed up a little bit in the center of the tire. Kind of show you that as well. Maybe you can kind of see a little bit of it right in there. Anyway, it's got some weight to it now, but it got a little squirrely just because of the fact that I'm hanging out in the back and I'm trying to control this vehicle, and we're taking some turns and then getting on it again. So it's me trying to fight with the vehicle that I'm in and trying to drive the RC vehicle. So you're thinking why I'm all over the place sometimes with the vehicle is just because of the fact that I'm trying to hold on for dear life, not to fall out, at the same time with getting some shots for this vehicle. So anyway, that's that. That's kind of give you the behind the scenes. I was going to do actually behind the scenes as far as showing you how I'm sitting in there, but it's in the van, so it's all good on that part of it. As far as the vehicle goes, running on the 6S, well, there you go, man. She did well. So I'm pleased, man. I think it did really well driving and riding and handling, considering I probably needed to actually turn down the dual rate when I was driving like that. And that dual rate will slow down as far as that steering and everything like that and keep it to a little bit more of a minimum. I probably needed to do that because just trying to touch the throttle, or not the throttle, but the steering, it got a little squirrely there, just on some of the corners and stuff like that. But yeah, if I put some other tires on here, I don't know. This thing's got a lot of potential in it as far as to go really quick. Definitely 2 thumbs up when it comes to this vehicle. So yeah, if you guys are considering one, I'll put a link in the description below if you guys are looking for one of them anyhow. Anyway, appreciate you guys watching as always. So until next time, this is Joe with OMGRC. You guys take care. Later.